Because I was thinking more about the vision, but maybe they could take Yisun Shin Farsa.
That's a good point, but
What?
Arlo?
Oh,
Yo.
this is already spicy.
Hey,
This is already spicy, man.
Dyron Arlet.
Bro.
Okay.
Phoveus?
All right. I think Phoveus probably would be necessary.
Phoveus or Terizla?
Magic is my
Would I
life.
prefer the Rizzler here?
Your
No.
team
Actually,
is
you know, the
better.
Rizzler makes a little bit. It can at least cancel the Blazing Sweat. I'll take that. But Harith is going to be the final lock-in of this very first phase. Now, we need to start talking about the second phase. Because right now, I'm looking at the draft from RRQ, and all I'm thinking is just like, they just need more CC, more ways to give procs to Arlen.
Although I would say, yeah, this is why, like, Zetian, Farsa, both are good. Both does give stun, especially the Zetian.
not the only one
But
down.
a Valentina at this point would rather face a Zetian than a Farsa. So I would roll that. I would ban Farsa, actually.
You ban Farsa?
Now that I think about it, I think it's a good time. I would ban Farsa.
Okay, and then we're looking towards AC's side here because they've already, this is their final ban. They've already gotten rid of Palia, which was smart. Phoveus on the opposite side, which was expected. These last bans matter so much here.
Wondering if they'd want to continue banning roamers or not. You guys have already highlighted the mid laners, the Farsa. The Eve is also still open, but if RQ locks that in, RWM can be stolen, and I don't know if they want to play around with that.
I wonder if RQ will respect Momo's Yuzong, because Yuzong can have a good time against the Arlet as well.
That one's a little bit of a skill matchup, being perfectly honest, but knowing Momo, he will always take Flicker rather than the Petrify, so I think it's still Yuzong favored at the end of it. Finally, Marcel gets banned out at the very end. It feels like a little bit of an afterthought. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things to ban out. We might as well just get rid of the OP hero.
Plus, I think AC might want to go for an all-in kind of draft. It already is shaping that way. If that's the case, maybe even just a simple Lapu.
Yeah, simple Lapu can do the trick.
Let them play the hero.
Yep. They respect the Yuzong.
Okay,
This
all
world
right.
desperately
Fair enough.
needs.
Big dive as well. Honestly, this is gonna be a very bloody game.
What if Amal just goes for a Fred or a Boxia and let Momo deal damage? I don't know if that's like changing the script too much.
I think Fred into Guinevere Arlet is a bit too risky.
I got it. You throw Gwen. Oh man, but that means no matter what, there's no flexibility for this Arlet. Arlet has to go into the EXP now, and I think they put Gwen into the support. They get Fredrin right now, and they have an enabler, a double enabler for Arlet, while still having some heal.
And both Zetian as well as Farsa are still open. It's looking pretty good. Maybe that's why they pick up the Lapu, to kind of make it so that it's harder for the Farsa.
Yeah.
It's easier for the Zetian.
It's not pick and choose. We know exactly what these picks are going to start looking like, but the question is whether or not they're
Kimi.
going to double up on this, you know, Guinevere jungle, or is it going into the support section?
If they are going Fredrin, Kimmy is actually not impossible.
Yep, there you go.
Go for full late game. Yep, Kimmy with the high-lows.
Ready to
Your team
engage.
is picking.
I think it's still pretty solid because it's one of the heroes that has a revitalize, making it very difficult for AC to burst them down. Not to say they have a lot of burst anyways.
Well, yes, but at the same time, the battle spells matter so much here. If Kimmy doesn't have Flicker, there are moments where you could get caught, but if you take Purify, that means Lapu Lapu gets the Flicker on you free, right? So 2 layers of CC is something that Kimmy cannot deal with, and I would have preferred the Fredrin only because you can get multiple resets at least for the Arlet. High loss only gives you 1. However, that Glorious Pathway is a game changer.
This is going to be very important because even I'm drawing a blank. What is the perfect? I kind of want to go for Nolan. Try to speed things up.
Need no protection.
They go for the box, yeah. So yeah, they are going for the tank jungle.
I don't know about you guys. This high loss might make it or break it for the team because I'm realizing the Valentina can actually steal it and make Kimmy's life real difficult. Like, you can almost guarantee the thruster packs being activated.
I feel like RRQ has a bigger wombo combo, which we heard the comms from Sasa. He likes that. And from AC, we saw Boxia today. The moment you have a bad 2 minutes in the game, the entire team suffers.
Well, let's see whether this team is going to suffer or we're going to see a tapestry of art as we head on into the land of Dawn. Purify onto Rupp, Purify onto Kusei. Good luck to our competitors. Only one of them is walking away with a 2-1 victory as we jump right into the game.
We officially draw the curtain upon the final game of the day here. A full series for the final time, and one of the best matches we've seen since the start of the season.
Of course.
A very anticlimactic.
Only won one game.
Not the greatest in the world, but it's fine. We see the first rotation here. What is this looking like? Super Yoshi already figured out that Amal already started on his orange side, and they're making sure that it's a full clear.
And Izanami's protecting the purple, making sure that Amal doesn't fall behind. Looks like they're not going to be super aggressive, but they're just going to make sure that they just don't fall behind. And maybe try to fight even ground around this turtle.
As much as they can. This mid lane is going to be really difficult for Witty to get everything. Super Yoshi has to make sure that he taxes Witty for standing in his space to allow Kim to breathe. He doesn't mind taking like a little bit of damage, but he's got the lowest health pool amongst them all.
Oh, Momo actually having a tough time against Iron here.
Witty also gonna be chased down, so RRQ doing a good job of maintaining prio in the bottom half of the map. But I think we can expect around the neutral objective timings, RRQ won't be attempting to force the fights too much. It is a double marksman comp, so their damage will be a little lacking in comparison early on.
Yeah, unless they find an advantage somehow. Because Kim is right now controlling the lane extremely well. Just needs to maintain his life total, then he can start making other plays on the map. Unluckily, don't get the EXP crap this time. In terms of the gold lane, I feel like Kusei and Ruff has been oddly even. Like sometimes you see that Kusei is absolutely dumpstering. The other time of the past 2 games, I think this is one of the more even games for Ruff at the bare minimum.
And it's a good thing Momo was able to survive his laning phase, still able to get the farm, but look at the positioning of Gary there. He's waiting for Momo.
And I think Momo knows about this, which is why he's standing right underneath his turret, not even walking up. He's zoned off for 2 minions at the very least, but this should fall into the hands of Tora.
Yeah.
Tsunami gonna steal a final slash. Witty doesn't have kick yet. Wow, that damage from Kim! First blood to the Kimmy! Landshaker only hits 1, and it's actually Gary's clone, so not ideal. Violet Requiem used defensively. Nice traction pulse, but the damage from AC is really starting to build up. But look at Tyron! Tyron is still going, Kim is still going! They're melting them down! The rest of AC Esports is gone! And Amal is just being slowly whittled apart, but it's a bit too greedy. Witty is back. Kim gonna be punished for overstaying.
He deserved to die there.
He deserved it. I'm not gonna lie. You're going up against a Boxia. You should know better. Out of all 3 games, this is the first time that we really see teams making that mistake, but at least it's entertaining.
Yeah,
It's not like too tilting.
Yeah, a slight overextension, but also a pretty big mistake coming in from AC Esports. They cannot fight the way that Tora can fight. Tora can fight for days, decades even. AC must revolve around their cooldowns.
They really should have waited for Witty's level 4, and now that he's got it, the Violet Requiem locks him down, and the Cho is gone again.
Yeah. Darwin is going to be quite a problem as well. Kim now having the glowing wand. AC Esports, this is the thing about a Boxia kind of draft. The moment you don't do well for the first, maybe even the second turtle, it's hard for it to really get back into the game unless you have a really reliable mid as well as gold.
Well, I mean, we say that, but usually after a jungler loses their first turtle, the second turtle almost guaranteed goes over to the same side. It's the third turtle is which we're expecting the biggest contention, where it starts to even out, where RRQ TORA has already got the item, it hasn't hit the second item, but AC is like already at the first item, no components.
Well, Greedy has been caught quite a few times. He has to be careful in that one. And right now, it looks like they find Yoshi.
Oh,
Don't think it's going to be worth it.
stun timing from Super Yoshi. He knew exactly when Witty wanted the kick.
So I don't think he's going to commit to any of these kicks just yet. They don't have enough damage to get through him, and Amal needs a lot more distance to kind of run him down. If he's too close for the turret, then nothing you can do about it, right?
Yeah. Look at the positioning of Witty, making sure that Kusei has a fair 1v1, and if needed, he can make it unfair. So, liking what AC Esports is doing here, basically saying, Momo, you're good, right? No need help, right? At most, Amal. At most, Amal will help.
Speaking of, can you help? He is hovering around that lane, but I think Dyren has already started to pick up speed. Super Yoshi has revealed that there are missing camps on that top side. Pretty good effort to chill for a second.
Trying to engage on Witty, but not able to land the CC, so he's able to dash out just fine. Game's gonna be slowing down for a bit. Next turtle in 25.
Okay, Dyron's still trying to proactively trade against the Momo because he knows that the final slash is a lot shorter compared to the Bravest Fighter in a lot of these scenarios, but there's 15 seconds left on the clock before we see this turtle spawn.
Now, first item for Ruff has been completed. Doesn't look like Kusei is letting Ruff outside of his lane. Kusei is like, you're not going to rotate. You're not going to be able to double wave.
He's been doing this every single game. I think he's going to go for the hard push now. As we can see the rest of AC Esports actually alleviating. Yeah, I think they are just going to wait for Kusei to get involved.
Yeah.
Currently a 4v4 around the turtle, but as you guys have pointed out, Kusei will be able to join the fight, so it's gonna be 5v4 in favor of AC. Witty with the flicker kick, finds the Kimmy, gonna knock him out, but the flicker comes through. Traction Pulse pulls in one, Super Yoshi picks up the kill on Witty. Turtle is low, Gary steals it away, and now the Glorious Power is slowing them down. Ruff joins the fight with the Blazing Duet. The damage is little, but it's more than enough. Gary will get traded away. Kusei does a bit too much for now, but the other side will also lose their jungler, and Momo will be another piece of collateral damage. Dyron with the flicker double kill.
Yeah, Yoshi's liking that one. You can see him already commenting Dyron. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let's look at this instant replay one more time.
Now we're looking here. Witty gets a kick onto Kim, somehow able to get out of there. And then the follow-up, that traction pulse really changed the game for them. Gary able to secure the turtle and then giving them the shield that makes it so that they can fight for a little while longer. It's just unfortunate for AC that the kick was there, but the burst wasn't. That's something that we haven't discussed, is that if Witty does get a kick, they don't have that immediate gratification kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, and that's why they were probably waiting for Kusei to actually get there to double up on that damage, realizing we don't exactly have as much burst as we want to, but every little bit helps. And I think right now, at least, you mentioned the traction pulse, right? That half-second frame of being stunned was more than enough to get the final slash off for Dyron.
I wonder if Witty has to be less eager to get a kick and play more like how he's been playing for the first two games, which is zone control.
I agree.
And only get a kick if someone say, Dyron overextends.
I think Amal has to be the heat-seeking missile here.
Yeah.
He's got to bait something out.
Yeah, Witty has to be the one that you don't see coming.
Does that mean that they also use Momo as a decoy for these engagements? I don't think so.
I feel like Amal always has to be the first, and then Momo has to be a distraction, and then Witty's got to kick Dyron. Dyron is going to be the biggest problem.
It's interchangeable. I think Witty and Momo have to be on the same page. If they're not on the same page, this is going to look a little weird. Oh.
Witty not realizing how many people are here. He gets stopped, stunned the mid-way. Jeet could no glorious pathway. Super Yoshi, the MVP of the start of this fight. Witty's gonna get out, but the rest are not so lucky. Blazing Duet, it's a full combo. Violent Ruffian gets the knockoff. They're melting the members of AC, and even Amal will fall.
A nice play coming in from RRQ TORA. Gary catches Izanami before he could even respond to it. It's just a tough animation to keep your eyes upon, and this means Lord will fall into the hands of RRQ as we see the first clean lead of the game, 3.5K.
We just gotta calm down. It's actually costing his team the game. Like, the thing about roamers is that when you go for an engage, your team is compelled to follow up. But if it's a bad engage, you're setting up your team for failure.
I mean, there's a lot of situations where everyone is like, it's salvageable, it's salvageable. You also have to know when to cut your losses. In terms of like item power spikes, let me take a quick look. No Holy Crystal onto Kusei, but he's already finished Feathered Heaven as well. I was about to say the Calamity Ribs.
Yeah,
probably inside. Yeah. God damn the old items. Now, even when we're talking about the Trinity, Ruff is literally a component off from finishing the Trinity.
Yeah. Really, AC, like you say, cut your losses and then get those items, right? Make Amal tank here and make Kusei deal more damage. Izanami, unfortunately, has to trust Witty a little less.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little less.
Because he goes in too deep to help him out.
I mean, the angles, like, he is getting the kicks. It's just the angles may not exactly be perfect. Fortunately, AC don't exactly get the cleanest of engages as well. Super Yoshi zoning them out of their own jungle.
I think Super Yoshi has been doing such a stellar job this entire game thus far. AC Esports, they might need to be willing to either sacrifice someone to buy enough time before engaging and maybe bait out some resources, or they're just gonna have to wait until RRQ are the ones that jump the gun. But with a 6K goal lead, they might not have what it takes.
Let's not forget that AC also can't really clear these waves effectively. Like, everybody has to get into pretty much the danger zone if they want to interact with the wave.
Yeah. This is really, again, it's just a Boxia kind of draft. The moment you lose early, it's a bit of a nightmare to crawl back out. Not to say it's impossible, it definitely is possible, but you're kind of hoping that your opponent doesn't end the game early.
And you also have to have a little bit of blind faith, right? With like the lack of vision across the map, Boxy just has to roll around hoping that he finds somebody out of position, or at the very bare minimum, opens up the map enough to reaffirm the information being said.
Yeah, Izanami as well as Momo is losing gold by a lot, and this really makes it so that they don't have enough damage. Once the lightning is there, maybe they can do a little bit more, right? Maybe they can do a little bit more.
Maybe on the squishier targets, definitely not Dairen. I think now that he has the Oracle, or Super Yoshi, or even Gary at this point, now that they have Oracle, they truly would not take as much as they would like to. Worse yet, the sustain is going to be a problem.
So it's AC. Gotta figure out, make this 11-minute game to 22. If it gets there, maybe.
Okay.
Now that all their external towers are gone, do you think that AC Esports needs to take a page out of their opponent's book and follow Sasa's advice of just trying to make something happen?
I don't know. This is like the worst possible time.
I think they didn't hear it.
Assuming they did.
Assuming that they did, they would lose almost immediately.
I think they should.
There's too big of a gold lead gap. Like the prior two were good attempts. Those were the attempts. That's all they got. This third one, it's either make it or break it. You lose this, you lose the game straight away.
And I don't think they have enough damage just yet.
Not yet. They just have to delay as much as they can. Every second counts here.
Yep. Wait, Kusei has...
He's got the Holy Crystal already. Oh, he just doesn't have the penetration just yet to deal with the Radiant Armors.
Yeah. Unfortunately, well, Islami does have
the traction falls. They've caught Amal. He's in a really bad spot. The rest of his team is trying to back him up. Amal is surviving a good while. RRQ will lock him down. Meanwhile, in backline, Glorious Pathway slowing down the retreat of AC Esports. And RRQ TORA still super healthy. Witty trying to jump the back, but it just doesn't do anything. And not a blazing duet will herald his end. Killing spree for
Unfortunate indeed. Now AC only breaks into the 30,000 threshold as RRQ TORA are looking for an end game scenario in the perfect sense. If they go back, clear up their waves, clear up their jungle, they should have a 9.5, I would assume, K lead against AC.
They could potentially end because, again, we did say that their wave clear is really not that great. And we can see an attempt here where Momo tried to get onto Rough, but it's very difficult to get onto a Claude. And Izanami does not have enough damage, does not have any penetration to deal with anyone, any frontline from RRQ TORA.
Yeah, and not to mention that Izanami broke away from the kite as they now have to defend the base!
They've caught them once again. That's a good kick, but Gary is more than tanky enough. Final slash gonna land beautifully. RRQ a little bit too deep this time, and now they get the shutdown on Ruff. Momo doing a great job in the backline, but Gary picks off Kusei. They're trading slowly 1 for 1 for 1. Izanami out of position. Gary still sustaining 3 members left from AC versus 4 on RRQ. The Lord is very low. Amal jumps in. Gets caught up with the spatial migration straight away. Final slash. Dairen, the monster kill. Another Glorious Pathway comes out. It's a 2v4 situation. Witty trying to drag them away from the base, but not even allowed to do so. It's a double kill. Momo trying to be the hero, trying to sustain for as long as possible. He's trying to clear it away, but he cannot do so. AC Esports has been wiped out, and RRQ TORA will make their presence known as they secure their next win in MPL Malaysia.
And the kingdom celebrates. What a game. It came down to the draft at the very end. 2 failed attempts, and that third one, impossible to win with the gold lead that they had. RRQ very happy with a 2-1 victory, but it looks like there are new rivals